Welcome back to another episode of GameFi is Dead. Have you seen crypto Twitter lately? It seems like every day there's another coin or exchange collapsing. And I'm no stranger to those accounts that are constantly saying play to earn is a thing of the past. Now before we get totally lost in this hysteria, here's a crazy idea. What if everything that's happening to crypto and GameFi isn't that bad? Of course there's nuance to this. I'm not trying to romanticize the struggles people face. Context matters. It always matters. There's a famous quote by Friedrich Nietzsche where he says, "What tests and challenges you can help you grow and become more." And I know what you're thinking. How is a portfolio being down 85% helping me grow right now? I know this sounds crazy, so let me explain myself. We are among the first generation of crypto gamers. In hindsight, we were destined to fail. Take a look back in history and you'll see that most successful and innovative ideas blossomed out of many failed attempts. Nintendo's color TV game before Mario Bros. Game & Watch before the Game Boy. Free-to-play games before Fortnite. Even the internet before the World Wide Web. These ideas did not take off right away. They had growing pains, with both the technology and mainstream adoption. Crypto gaming started at the beginning of a bull market, and we were blinded by the import of money being dumped into the markets and speculation on these gaming projects. Up until this past year, GameFi had never seen a bear market, and this bear market's been brutal. But in a weird way, it has been a good thing, even necessary for the future growth of the sector. It flushed out a lot of bad actors and speculation. Those who are around today have had the chance to reflect on what went wrong and how we should go about fixing those wrongs. Call me a wide-eyed optimist, but I believe the first generation of crypto gamers have a massive opportunity. For me at least, this past year has felt like the equivalent of taking a hammer to a finger, and just as that finger started to feel better, the hammer would take out another. I saw my dream of working full-time in Web3 gaming evaporate right in front of my eyes. Every glimmer of hope I had led to another smashed finger. Behind the scenes, I've really reconsidered what my priorities were. So that was this past year. Looking forward, I can't predict what the future holds, but I have a feeling we're not out of the woods just yet. We can all see it. The economy is in shambles, inflation is high, and crypto exchanges are going insolvent, which is bringing down Bitcoin and therefore these GameFi projects. Interestingly enough, when you look back in history, gamers are no stranger to hard times. I think I have a plan for these uncertain times, but to best explain how I got there, we need to go back to a time before Web3. There was a time gamers hated the idea of microtransactions, and the idea of having a successful free-to-play game was laughed at. There were many games that took on these concepts and tried to implement them within their games just to be proven unsuccessful. But the ideas made sense. If you allowed gamers to play a game for free, they're more likely to adopt it. And when you give gamers an opportunity to make small in-game transactions in order to improve their experience, a lot of those gamers will take that. Back to the present time, Web3 gaming is built on the blockchain, giving players true ownership of their in-game assets. It just makes sense that this is the next step to take in gaming. But like these other examples I mentioned, these things take time to develop and even longer to gain mainstream adoption. So why so much pushback from the mainstream? And what needs to happen before we get the adoption that we know blockchain gaming deserves? The pushback, I believe, is because of the following three reasons. The collapse of Web3 games. Axie Infinity led the charge in Web3 gaming and peaked soon after the Facebook announcement to change its name to Meta and go all in on the metaverse. Axie Infinity was propped up because new people were entering the space in hopes to make money playing the game. Due to poor tokenomics, a pullback in the crypto markets, and less than desirable gameplay, the investors started pulling out profits at a faster rate than new investors were entering the system. This exposed how flawed Axie Infinity was, resulting in the mainstream believing all Web3 games were destined to fail in the same way. Secondly, the global turmoil. High inflation, collapsing markets, insolvent exchanges, and a war across the globe has led to a lot of uncertainty in the markets. In uncertain times, people don't look to invest in speculative projects. Web3 gaming is currently looked at like a speculative investment and may not get the attention it deserves until the economy and global markets recover. At some point, I do believe Web3 gaming will decouple from the rest of the crypto market. And lastly, a lack of understanding of blockchain technology. Most people, let alone gamers, simply don't understand the technology behind these games and how it will make for a better gaming experience. The idea of true ownership of in-game assets goes over their head. The term NFT is looked at negatively, and the idea of backing their current favorite game with blockchain technology doesn't even cross their mind. After we get past these, there's one more thing that I believe is extremely important. if not the most important thing needed to push the space forward. When it comes down to it, the collapse of Wave 1 Web3 games, the global market, and the underlying technology doesn't matter if you have a game that people want to play. I want to highlight 3 crypto gaming projects that I believe will lead the way to mainstream Web3 gaming adoption. Heroes of Mavia is an online, multiplayer, blockchain-based strategy game where players use their base and army to battle other players and compete for real cryptocurrency in a play-to-earn fashion. Players can purchase, rent, or partner with landowners to acquire and build a base in this game, earning more rewards as they battle with increasingly difficult bases built by other players around the world. The game is set in a fantasy-themed island called Mavia, where the player is the commander of a base. The player's objective is to grow their base and army by using resources in the game gained from attacking other players' bases. The main resources in this game are gold, oil, and ruby, with ruby being one of the 2 cryptocurrencies used in the Mavia dual token model. The second highlighted game is Undead Blocks. Undead Blocks is the world's first AAA kill-to-earn first-person zombie shooter. Undead Blocks players can earn rewards every day by killing zombies, and can boost their earnings by killing while using weapon loadout NFTs. Players can also participate in weekly leaderboards and challenges to earn gold Z-Bucks, which can be swapped for select cryptocurrencies or used to obtain rare and limited edition game items and weapons. Players will also earn standard Z-Bucks, which allow survivors to level up their weapon loadout NFT and build equity in the assets that they own. Undead Blocks will prioritize play and earn with secondary tokenomics and a value proposition that are created for sustainability and peace of mind for players and investors alike. And lastly, Illuvium. Illuvium is the world's first IBG, or interoperable blockchain game. It is an upcoming open-world exploration, NFT creature collector, and auto battler game built on the Ethereum blockchain. A graphically rich sci-fi adventure and exploration game with 7 dazzling alien landscapes to conquer. Along the way, you will uncover the cataclysmic events that shattered Illuvium and help your crash-landed crew flourish. Discover, hunt, and capture over 150 Illuviums, deadly beasts who rule the alien world, each possessing hybrid synergies and unique abilities. Train and fuse your Illuvials into powerful evolutions to upgrade their power and value to build the perfect Illuvial team. Backed by the blockchain, Illuvium gives you complete ownership of your in-game assets. Every successful Illuvial captured, farmed material, or crafted item is a non-fungible token, or an NFT minted and stored in your crypto wallet. Each NFT is verifiable on the Ethereum blockchain, proving your ownership of that digital asset. I really hope you like this type of video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.